All right, happy Saturday to you.
Where's my, there we go. Okay. So it pertains to everything.
Yes.
Well, two things. My hands,
Mm-hmm.
um, are they not the right shape, I guess, before I talk about moving anything?
I knew it would be a great question. What the shape wants to be is this. Hold on, let me show it this way. If your hand were like would be like this, your little finger is carrying your ring finger. Your ring finger is carrying your middle finger. Your thumb is coming slightly in, so you're creating a shelf. Can you feel that? You're kind
Yeah,
of carrying your fingers on your little finger. That gives us this shape of the hand.
okay.
Can you feel
I'm
that?
not really doing that, am I?
You're somewhat actually doing it. And what
Okay.
it also does is gives us that little twist I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stabilizes your position. And it also aesthetically creates a line all the way downward rather than being something broken.
Okay.
Now, I think what your question really alludes to is how to move this whole thing. And that is where I like to say little finger for your allongé, middle finger when you bring your arm to a round position. So there is constant movement in the wrist when we do port de bras instead
So,
of constant movement in the elbow if that doesn't work. It is really fascinating how these two things are related.
so I think one of the things I've been doing that I shouldn't be doing because I'm trying to not, when I'm thinking about not moving my elbow,
Yes.
and when you say lead with my fingers, not my wrist,
Yes.
I think then I end up like almost, I don't know, too straight, I guess,
Yes, yes, I know what you
because
mean.
I'm
And
trying to,
but
I don't
if
know.
you're going into this business, I'm not moving my elbow. And I'm using my little finger and my middle finger to make this little port-de-bras happening.
And it
And
looks so
there's and there
nice.
is nothing stiff about it. And it really has to do with this movement. Many people seem to think that allongé is some sort of artistic effect or something, but it isn't. It is actually a tool that initiates every single change of arm position, no matter what it is or where you go. That is also
Am
why I
I
like to point this diagonal allongé. Yeah, from your alasekon, it keeps going to here until your elbow is in the right place to go through your preparatory position already to your first, instead of that. I'm exaggerating.
so I mean, I should know this. I'm sure you've said it a million times. So it it does come down. It's just that that's not an actual position.
It is a position when we're getting ready for something, but it is not a position that really exists once you're going into port de bras. So then it becomes a through fare, so to speak.
Mhm.
Yes, you're going through that preparatory position because that allows us to pick ourselves up into the first with our
Because
fingertips.
I've been trying to kind of not, or at least almost just go here.
Right. And that is also valid. That is really valid for pirouettes, for instance. Yeah, you prepare, boom. There is none really of that. Because as soon as that happens, the danger of moving your elbows is really great.
But what about like a grand plie?
A grand plie, for instance, one,
It
two,
will go.
3, 4. There we go. So that port de
And
bras still exists, but we're not stopping in this position. I think that is really
okay,
the more important thing. You
okay.
don't want to stop. You want to go through it to your first and back to your second.
And am I most of the time late with my arm?
I don't think so. Not when it comes to grand pliés or when it comes to slower things.
Okay.
It becomes
Faster.
it becomes later when it goes faster
Hmm.
because that fingertip activity is not quite there yet.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
because also it's then if for instance we do some crazy portable like this, there is no more stopping anywhere. That same shape just keeps going around like a windshield wiper. rather than feeling You know what I mean? Which adds, of course, a lot of work to a port de bras like this.
Right. Okay. And then I'll just go like this and it'll all be fixed.
Then I would be out of a job. That would be terrible. Was there another question, Jane?
Well, it was the shape plus the movement.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I have just the right demi-pliés for you to get
Okay.
us started.
Of course you do.
Let's go one and two and tendu to your second, and one and two and tendu to your fifth, one and two and tendu to your first, reverse roll through and seven and eight, port de bras forward and two and three and four, back and six and seven and eight. One more reverse roll through fairly slowly so you can feel your balance. Five and six and seven and close. Reverse. Demi and stretch tendu to the side. Demi and stretch tendu fifth back. Demi and stretch to your second the second time. Roll through your feet. No, reverse roll through. Sorry, my bad. Five and the six and the seven and eight. Port de bras to the bar. Away from the bar. Now one nice slow and controlled roll through with your arms in second for your balance in the end.
So only one reverse roll through and one regular roll.
Yes, correct. So the first time you're doing a reverse roll through in lieu of a grand plié, basically. The second time, it's a complete roll through in 8 counts, so you have really time to build it, feel yourself before you transition into your next position.
Okay, 2.
One plié. One plié tendu, one plié in second, one plié in fifth, one roll
Oh,
through.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. And super careful with your arm under bar. Demi-plié, little finger, middle finger. Tendu, 5. And little finger, middle finger. Into your fifth. And 1. Back to your first. Reverse roll through and 5. Port de bras. Now a super slow roll through. Feel your fingertips and your heels. And in stretch. Demi-plié again in first. And 2. You're reversing, so to speak, to your second. Into second position, reverse roll through. Port de bras. And roll through. And that is it. And finish. Right. Good. Now there's only one thing. One more thing. There's always one more thing. How about 1, 2, 3. So generally when you're allongé, look at your fingertip. Exactly. You're basically picking your fingertips up with your eyes and with your breath to start a port de bras. Okay, here we go to the other side, and it starts right there. That's it. Tendu and 1. Tendu fifth, 1. Plié fifth. Back to your first. Reverse roll through. Just watch your knees. Here we go again. Demi-plie one in first. And one. To your second this time. And the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, so you get one quarter bar less there, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, 7 and the 8, roll through your fifth position. This time that's all it is. All. So it's heel up, down, one tendu. 3 times. Anytime you move your heel, move your fingertips to first position. And then either continue to third front or arabesque in the back, or straight away to second position when you work to the side. Pattern is 3 front, 1 inside back, 1 outside side. 3 side, 1 inside side, 1 outside back. So you keep on going en cross, so to speak. 3 back, 1 front, 1 side, 8 quicker. And here we go. And try to feel that coordination. And 1, 2. Open, 1. That's it. And back. And side. Here we go. Heel up and down. Brush. Open. And open. And 1. And 2. And inside front. Outside side. 8. Last one closes on fifth. And relax. Very good fix there not to grab the bar again. Yeah, good policy, even if it looks a little matrixy once in a while, to try to fix it without reaching for the bar, so the center is not affected. Now, if you just could put these allonges in there still. So that is the end. And 1. Right. So your allonge always happens a tad before the motion itself. 1, yeah. It's like a little hiccup or like a sigh if you feel sad. Before we go on with life, here we go. And try to make friends with it. And back. And side. Side. 6. There we go. Okay. I know. It adds a lot to the equation, exactly.
But yeah, if I do it for many years, maybe I'll figure it out.
Maybe even if you just do it for many hours, even.
Many hours. Okay.
Okay. It's kind of the same scheme. Coupe, close your fifth tendu, and the open coupe, close your fifth tendu, and the open coupe, tendu, and the open and the 3 dégagés, leave your arm alone so you get a little break there. Coupe, tendu, coupe, tendu, coupe, tendu, open, 3 dégagés, 5 and the 6 and the 7. Let's have a little plie there as well. Coupe and the close and the open and the close and the coupe and the close and the open and the close, coupe and the close and the open and the close, 1 and the 2 and the 3. Roll through your feet one more time. One more coupe, close. So same scheme, but instead of just lifting your heel this time, we're going into a full coupe. Same arm coordination, that's right. 3 tendus and then 3 dégagés in the end. Yes, correct. And you can feel that there is a lot of that little finger flicking going on. The flick and the kick. Okay, here we go. And go. 3 dégagés. Plie and go. And relax when you are ready. Yeah. All right. Just careful, there is no reason to wait for your balance. Otherwise, it's like the 2 guys in the elevator door. And nobody ever goes because they're too polite to be the first. So in this case, don't be too polite. Don't be afraid to be first. Okay, here we go. Left side, please. Toes into the floor for your dégagés. I know. We'll get there in just 1 second. This coordination might look familiar. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, and 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5, 6, 7 and 8. Quarter bar forward and 2 and the 3 and the 4 to the bar, 6 and the 7 and the 8, or 1 and the 2 to your coupe and passe and rise. Close your fifth. 1 and the 2 and the 3, demi-rond and the 5 and the 6. So that doesn't go through first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Back into 2 and 3 and 4. Away in the 6 and 7 and 8. One more time. Coupé, plié, to coupé, to passé. Rise and shine before you stretch. So the first time it's a little slower. It's just a regular, normal, traditional preparation for rond de jambes. Pick up your toes with your fingertips, open plié front, take it to the side, make your fingertips move exactly like your toes. Back and the front and the back and the front and the back and the front. One more time down now a little quicker. 1 and the 2, keep going with rond de jambes. 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. Port the bar forward to the bar. One more coupé pickup. And yes, it is very reminiscent of these pesky temps relevé turns into your coupé and flat, then rise and shine from there.
After here.
Yeah. One more coupé pickup. Just from your tendu, just flick your coupé right in there. Demi-rond with plié. As if you were doing it to a temps relevé. However, it stays on flat. There into coupé. Now take your balance from there. Okay. And here we go. And feel little finger, middle finger coordination. And 6, 7, 8. Now a little quicker and coupé, plié, open, go. Rond de jambes. Port de bras. Careful with your elbow and the bone. Once again, flick your coupé into plié, front side. Reverse. And 1. Feel your diagonal, open your arm. There. Front. And 8. And coupé, plié, go, and 1. Once. And one more time, coupé, plié, backside to go into your backside. And we'll talk about it. It's alright, it's alright. But give yourself a little stretch before. All right.
Okay. I do that?
Careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that making sense? So it's basically always the same thing. From the back, it was a little bit more difficult to feel. So you have 1, 2, not 1, 2. I think that is one of the things that we need to work on. Delay this arm slightly so it moves like your leg. Then a little quicker. Then a little quicker still to get into your first position and into your wallaby. So it's always the same port de bras. But your arm has to travel parallel to your leg. Is that making sense?
Yeah, so the first one is back, side, and then diagonal.
Yes. Then the second one does exactly the same thing, just quicker. 1 and 2. Keep going with your rond de jambe. The third time, make it even a little bit quicker. And coupé. So it doesn't start to the side, it comes from the back to go straight into your coupé and then up to your passé balance.
Okay, okay.
So it starts behind your shoulder, goes straight into your coupé. Right, so don't let it go all the way to à la seconde, as we know that can be counterproductive. Okay,
it does sound familiar.
Good. Here we go to the other side. And one. And and again, flick your toes and fingers and plie open. Careful with that first position. And 3. Port de bras. That's the idea. And 1. That's right. A little quicker. And 1. And once again, coupé. go 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the passé and close, back and the side and the back and the side, coupé plié to your passé and close, front and the side, coupé plié to your passé and close, close front, my bad, front all the way around, demi plié, relevé, feel your balance, close. Back and the side and the back and the side, coupé plié, through coupé to passé, close fifth, front and the side, coupé, through coupé to passé. Third time, 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4. Only difference is after your passé, close fifth back, so you can have one more grand rond de jambe around. Plié, relevé. Just stay right there. We'll take the left after. That's it. And close behind. Started from the back. Then one more time from the front. Close your passé in front so you can give yourself a grand rond de jambe from the front. That's it. And even more important than your toes, of course, will be your fingertips. Here we. I'm so glad you brought this up. All right, here we go. And 1, 2. Don't forget your fingertips.
Oh no, around. Sorry.
Not just that, but when I said don't forget your fingertips, I actually meant that. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. A little different kind of Chinese puzzle there. I'll be good to give this one more go. Here we are. Straight front to the side, now coupé. Around, yeah, close, yeah. Okay, and here we go. And now. Well, at least it's in that coupé now is stuck in your head. That's great.
Yeah. So here,
Yes,
arm.
yes.
Here.
Open. There. Again, arm like your leg. Yes, correct. And keep going. That's right. That's what it is. And the very last time, that is your grand rond de jambe. So you're doing it once to the front, once to the back, one more time to the front, the entire sequence before your final grand rond de jambe. There's only one of them in there. But already, as you just marked it or showed it, when your future self is watching your present self, see how it actually is completely evident how your arm is doing exactly the same as your leg. Okay, here we go. Brush. 6 and a brush. That's it. Coupé 1 and the 2 and the 3. Reverse. Here we go. And 1. And 1. Coupé. Make sure your leg is not too high in the front. Straight to the side, coupé, plié diagonal to passé, close fifth. To passé. It goes to, aha! So pretend you're having demi-rond back to side, temps relevé. There to, yep, exactly. That is what it is, correct. And then you're starting it one more time from the front. Passe close fifth position front. So it's literally three times exactly the same. And passe to fifth front. Close. There. Now brush it around. There we go. Into your relevé. Okay. Here we go. And brush. I know. Five. Yes, there we go. And passe close fifth. Yes. All right. Here we go. And hold on. Let's get a clean start, shall we? 3, 4. Now this one is a little bit quicker because you have so much more stuff to do in these two counts. Coupe. Up and a down. The same one more time. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Coupe around and a passe close fifth front. Brush. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 5 and a 6 and a 7 and 8. Okay. Would you like to start it one more time from the front?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
And here we go. There we go. Excellent. Up. That's it.
Oh,
And relax. That was actually very, very close to what it was supposed to be. Thank,
wow.
thank you for letting me share this with our vast audience.
Oh,
Okay. There's only one thing to follow up with, don't you think? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, coupe, plié, coupe, close front. Inside, back, and a 3 and a 4 again, coupe, plié, coupe, close. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Relevé, plié, once around. Front and the side and the back, and the side and the front, and the side and the back, close your feet. Back and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, coupe, temps relevé, just unflat and the close. Close in the back so you can go inside front, next and the 3 and the 4, the same coupe. Close. Side and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, this time with relevé and our turn. Frappe back and the side and the front and the side and the back and the side and the front, close your fifth. So the combination goes front, back, side. Your temps relevé preparation is always with the same foot and always goes the same way.
so it doesn't come to passe like that.
It just stays in coupe right now, that is correct. So I'm making you light by your life.
Around back to coupe.
Yes, well, it's literally our temps relevé preparation. 1, 2, 3. Think you're stirring the pot.
And then inside 4 and then the same.
Yes, correct. And then outside side and the same thing, however, with relevé in a turn. So you get to feel it twice on flat, as we just did in our rond de jambe articulation, or whatever we want to call that. Okay, here we go. To the back. There we go. That's it. Now side. Rather be this time. Yes, and one. And back. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now, if there were just a little bit more confidence in your ability involved in it, it would be probably a little tiny bit more smooth. But yeah, mechanically speaking, that was actually quite good. Here we go. To the other side. Yeah, careful. Even a hint of pushing off the bar could be detrimental. All right, here we go. That wasn't quite the same coordination, now was it? And one. Careful there, use your arm. Arm two first. Arm two first. Yes, almost. Okay. Little triple dipping there.
Of something to ask and now I can't remember what it was. Okay.
Well, maybe if you do the combination one more time, it'll come back into your head. Yeah, careful. Always when you pick up your toes, pick up your fingertips at the same time. And then think you're steering the pot. Stirring the pot, not steering it. Yes.
After the tongue releve, it opens to second. Before the...
Yes, it does. It's a regular ton relevé turn. That is correct.
So that's, by definition, that's what it does.
Yes.
It always opens to second. Okay.
It's a little bit like a fouilleté. Well, not just a little bit. There are many dancers in this country who think that the ton relevé is a fouilleté. Even so, I think it makes their lives 1,000 times harder than it needs to be. But then it is a free country. Okay. Hi, Zoka. Here we go. One more time. Yes. Now, when we go to the other side, let's forget that we are on the left. So let's attempt to have no preconceived notions about things. All right. Here we go. Left side, please. Let's take a fairly easy with these fondues 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6, 7 and 8, 1 to the front, 1 to the back, 1 to the side, feel yourself. Reverse your circular pour de bras, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8, fondue to the back, fondue to the front, fondue to the side, close fifth, soutenu to the other side. That is all it needs to be. 1 circular pour de bras, 3 fondues encore with changing legs. 1 tiny balance à la seconde. Reverse and left. Now, once again, when you take your fondues, you are stirring the pot again. However it goes. Yep, that's. And then either to whichever arm position you need to go. Here we are. Circular pour de bras. To the other side. Close fifth, circular pour de bras away from the wall. That was a more sophisticated version of the same combo. Okay. Let's do it the other way around today. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, développé to the front, back and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, développé to the back. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, développé to the side, coupé attitude inside front, stretch, close, reverse. 2 grand battements to the back, développé, 2 inside front, développé, 2 outside side, développé, inside leg attitude balance. Stay there. We'll take the left after. And here we go. Développé. Easy shoulders and développé. Lengthening your standing side. That's it. Let's go to the other side. Yeah, try to aim for a fifth position when you're closing out of your balance. Instead of some demi first and then cross. Yeah, it's just a matter of guiding your toes already toward your standing leg when you close. Okay. Could be more toes into the floor and less lifting of your leg in your combat mouse. Okay, here we go. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Good. All right. And this is it for our abbreviated class.
Thank you.
Thank you for these great questions.
Appreciate
I
it.
will
There's so
see.
many. I
I
have to
know,
write
I
them
know, I
all
know.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's only so much you can think about while you're doing things. So that is just,
Yeah, and then each one of them, now I feel uncoordinated
of
yet
course,
again.
because you're now it's unusual coordination. Exactly. It's like kneading dough all of a sudden.
But it's good. It's
Uh-huh.
good.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will see you Monday. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.